If you believe in forever, and life is just a one-night stand. Do-do-do-do-do. If there's a rock
and roll. Sorry.
Heaven.
Well, you know they got a hell of a man.
Band. Cha-cha-cha. That's right. Welcome to Impossible Way of Life, your bi-weekly Beatlesy rock and roll podcast. Brought to you by hosts James Younger and Johnny Payne. And right. A couple of things I want to get kind of out of the way here.
Off your chest?
Well, you know, I listened to a podcast the other day.
Impossible Way of Life?
No, it was, I can't remember what it was, but they did this. So
I say that to Alex every single time. She's like, hey, I was listening to a podcast the other day to tell me something about like gardening. I always say Impossible Way of Life.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, there's no others.
She hates it.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say that my band, Yukon Blonde, perennial hitmakers, Beat Combo, are going on tour coming up here in about a week and a half. And I just want to go through some dates.
Yeah.
Let the people know.
Is this what you were saying about the pod? You said you were listening to a podcast.
I'm going to plug my band right now.
Oh, it's related. Okay.
Well, I'm just going to do more of a pro move.
I love it. Plug.
Because people are listening right off the top. I'm going to tell them where we're playing. So this is for our Canadian supporters.
Perfect.
Kelowna, September the 18th.
Heard of it.
Nelson, September the 19th.
Been there.
Maybe with me.
Mm-hmm.
September the 20th, Calgary. Red Deer, 21st. Big old drive to Windsor, Ontario, September the 25th. Mm-hmm. That kind of Detroit. If you're in Detroit, maybe you want to come over.
From Calgary to Windsor?
It sounds like a song. It's about a 4-day drive.
Why aren't you playing in Saskatoon?
We're doing it on the way back. We'll get there.
Okay.
So if you're in Detroit, maybe come across to the Windsor show. Rum Runners, London, Ontario.
Rum Runners, cool. Little nod to the Prohibition era.
I think so. Hamilton, September the 27th.
Tiger Cats.
Sunday the 28th at the Broom Factory in Kingston, Ontario.
Home of Bedouin Sound Clash.
Reggae.
And the birth of what I like to call modern reggae.
Yeah.
Birthplace of modern reggae.
And John A. MacDonald. The less we say about him, the better. September
kind
the
of
29th.
Similar energy.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, it is. A little bit, yeah. September the 29th, Ottawa, nation's capital.
Beautiful place.
I think that Carney will be there. I assume that Trudeau, we're going to, Polyev, they're all going to be there, crossing the divide to watch some rock and roll.
Home of the Senators, the Ottawa
Yeah, absolutely. NHL's heating up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're getting fired up.
Senators look good.
Is Kachuk still there?
Oh, yeah.
Beast.
Yeah, Brady's
a beast.
He's good.
St. Catharines, Ontario, October the 1st. Cambridge, Ontario, October the 2nd.
That might be where Sidney Crosby's from.
St. Catharines, Ontario. Yeah,
and McKinnon. Yeah.
Powerhouse of NHL players.
Oh, forget about it. Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers.
October the 3rd, in the 6th, Longboat Hall in Toronto, Ontario.
Nice.
Then we start the drive.
That venue, but
it's below the Great Hall. I've never played there. I'm excited.
Oh, cool.
Then we're making the drive back west. So we're playing Sudbury, October the 4th. Thunder Bay, October the 6th.
That's cool. No Montreal?
We're not going that far this time.
I see.
Winnipeg, October the 7th.
Mm-hmm. Home of the Blue Bombers.
Yep. Sort of. The next one is The Exchange, October the 8th, Regina. Rough Riders.
The Exchange played there with you.
Yeah. Classic Amigos show in Saskatoon, October the 9th.
Uh-huh.
Double Dragon, Edmonton, October the 10th. Fernie, October the 11th. Low tickets on that one. It says on my website. So get your tickets.
Fernie, nice.
And then we're in Nanaimo, 16th of October. Cumberland, 17th. Little island run.
Nice.
Capitol Ballroom, 18th, Victoria. And then we're in Vancouver, 24th and 25th at Green Auto. So come see us. We'll be glad to have you. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be really. We sound really good right now. And
I have no doubt about that.
all I can say is, if I needed any kind of sign that rock and roll is back, we experienced it this weekend.
You're damn right about that, buddy.
Yeah.
So much so that I haven't stopped thinking about it. Like, legitimately, like, it's kind of all-consuming sort of event.
Yeah.
That I feel a lot better. Like, it's
Me too.
weird. Like, in every way.
Yeah.
Like, being home, and I'm like, it's fall, it's rebirth. It's like, you know, the changing, and which is always my favorite season, changing of the
Changing of the guards, really.
the leaves, the leaves, the guards. And, you know, this is kind of my spring is more fall. I don't know. And just seeing the rebirth of the great Oasis. Liam Gallagher, for me in particular, and I've been seeing and reading a lot of stuff about the comeback his voice has made.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't quite aware of the turnaround he's made until, you know how the internet does this stuff so well of like showing then and now videos of him in 06.
Yeah.
And his voice is just toasted.
Throttled.
Yeah. And he's probably partying and all that, you know. And then compare like acquiescence compared to then and now, it was just like, he's back, dude.
He's back.
Yeah.
And he looks in great shape too.
Yeah. And well, anyway, I'm jumping ahead, but we were obviously at the show in Los Angeles at the Rose Bowl with Jonathan Wilson and Farmer Dave, legendary character.
Beachwood Sparks, early proponent of that West Coast sound hitting the masses.
Yeah, I hadn't met him either. Very sweet guy.
Really nice guy.
And
he has a pet lizard.
Yeah, he does have a pet lizard. Yeah.
Yeah. And he had some really nice. He was really. I didn't partake, but he was really, really excited about the weed that he brought in.
He brought in some weed in his sock, and he was really worried about the lighter because it had some metal in it. And he was like, if I don't get the lighter in, or he was going to put the lighter in his sock, but then he was worried if they found the lighter, they might find the weed. And so he wanted to put the lighter in my jacket. Anyway, needless to say, we got in with the lighter and the joint.
Yeah.
I didn't partake in the weed either because I was feeling so good.
The way he described it to me really put me off. He said, it's really cool. It makes everything feel like you're in a cartoon.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
To me.
No, I mean, and yeah, you know, sometimes, but I was just feeling so good on the lager. It was just kind of like, it was doing like almost like a cartoon. It was like drugs or something, the way it was like.
The music was
mixed with, so we were buying these cans, all they had, which like, honestly, I loved it, even though I just checked my Visa bill.
I don't want to check my Visa card.
The two that I bought for us when I went to the bathroom at one point were $65 Canadian.
Yeah.
And but they were ginormous cans of beer, like 24 ounces or something.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 ounces even.
Yeah, I've spent a tremendous amount of money since I've been down here, and I'm still down here. I've got to get to the airport. You know?
Got to get out of there.
I got to get out of there. I don't even want to look at my visa because.
Well, the good news is that the LAX pint, the one up by the terminal where you fly out of, there's one bar up there up top, past where the burger joint is and all that. And it's only $12.99 for a pint, which in airport prices is actually decent these days.
$12.99 for a 20-ounce Modelo.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I got.
Yeah,
that's what
I know.
Yeah,
I know you.
And it was good. And I got a burrito from there's like a Mexican place there called like Wazoo's.
Yep.
And I was like, all I can really get is a burrito here, and the guy let me eat it at the bar with my pint, so that was nice. But anyway, so we were drinking these giant beers, and well, basically, you know, our man.
Let's
Jonathan,
just we should just do a play-by-play here. Let's start from the very start because a lot happened. I mean, first of all, getting to the Rose Bowl.
Oh God!
In a town with zero infrastructure around public transit.
Yeah,
we had to drive and get dropped off 2 miles away.
Yeah.
This was the play. This is what everyone was doing. It's like the only way to get there is to get dropped off basically on the freeway 2 miles away.
We had two managers of legitimate musicians in that country TMing our
Yeah,
trip
we
to
did.
the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And we had Kim
Heavily
and me
TMing it.
all day. I mean,
Yeah.
for about 3 days.
Yeah.
There was a thread going with how to do it. And eventually all parties involved just said, let's just let the managers figure this out for us. And boy, did they ever. I thought
Well,
it was
it was
a good
kind
plan.
of a bit of a kind of test, really, to see if we are
Yeah.
a good fit, considering that me and you
exactly.
both have big releases coming up.
And no labels or managers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, I like to think of it as kind of a
Shopping.
reverse con. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like who actually was doing the kind of recruitment there.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, they dropped. We got dropped off and then walked in, which actually really pleasant walk.
It was really
I
nice.
enjoyed it.
Beautiful neighborhood, Pasadena.
Oh yeah, that's old country out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when we got there, you know how it is with this. It's a massive place.
Chaos.
And Jonathan, we were lucky to be Jonathan's guests via Joey the
Waronker.
drummer.
Yeah.
Joey Waronker, the drummer for Oasis. And Jonathan plays with him in the Roger Waters band.
We're talking top level.
These guys are top level guys here. And so we had to, when it's that kind of thing, you can't just go in anywhere. You have to be at like a specific gate and a will call thing. So first we were directed to the wrong one, and then we had to walk. We went from gate A to gate N. And then when we got to gate N, we were told to go to gate G.
Yeah, and thank God you had the sense and foresight to recognize that for some reason, gate G was before gate A.
Yeah, it was right next to gate A.
For some reason.
Because I think it might have been to do with music. Like the G and A kind of go together a lot when I'm playing kind of a tune.
That makes
in
sense.
D.
Yeah.
When I'm playing in D. You know what I mean?
I do.
So we went to gate G. We got in. You noticed that even a famous British celebrity,
Stephen Graham,
couldn't get in.
actor Stephen Graham, and by this point I realized I was just like pretty hyped up on the night and just hyped up on being British, like
for sure.
And he's from Liverpool, well, close to there, so he's close to where I'm from, and I was like, I saw him coming, I was like, fucking mint. And then he couldn't get in. He didn't have his credentials.
Yeah. Sad.
And, I kind of wanted to vouch for him and be like, you don't need to ID this guy, just like Google his name. Because
I realized that I remembered where I'd seen him from. I think he was in Boardwalk Empire.
Okay.
And played Al Capone. Maybe.
I can see it. Yeah.
Maybe. I could be wrong.
Let's look him up.
Can you look it up?
Yeah.
See if he played Al Capone in Boardwalk Empire.
Stephen Graham, actor.
Yeah. I know.
Gangs of New York.
Oh, Gangs. Yeah, but I think
Peaky Blinders.
Is he in Boardwalk Empire, though? I bet you he is. With that, that's all gang stuff. He's probably cast. TV. Stevie Graham.
I'm looking at his TV credits here. I've got his film credits up here. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Pirates of the Caribbean. The Irishman.
Here we go, buddy.
Television
Al Capone.
credits.
Al Capone, Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. 36 episodes.
Oh, yeah. He was amazing in that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is amazing.
Imagine playing Al Capone. He looked like it, too. He's got a fucking...
He's a scary guy.
Oh, yeah.
He plays the scariest, I would say, probably the scariest character in any movie in This Is England. Combo. His character Combo in This Is England, I think, is like probably the finest acting I've ever seen.
Never seen that one.
Great movie, absolutely terrifying. It's about a group of kind of mods, like a multicultural group of like mods and rockers, kind of two-tone guys in a council estate in England. And Combo, Stephen Graham, is an older mod who's been to jail, and he's been kind of radicalized into being like a nationalist. And he shows back up, and it's just this like, it's like Wire style, like threat of violence that's just permeates the whole movie, that he's just like, he could just lose it at any point, and everyone's scared of him, but they can't get away from him because it's like he's from their estate, and he plays a terrifying character in it. And it's one of the best movies of all time, but also like a harrowing movie, very hard to watch.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I think, he should have been allowed in.
He should have been allowed in.
And I hope he got in, because there wasn't a shortage of celebrities, that's for sure.
I'm sure he got in, yeah. So then we got in, and we were told to follow the blue triangle.
Yeah, it was kind of felt a bit like a sort of David Lynch.
Yeah, thing. Or Matrix. Follow the white rabbit.
Yeah, it was more Matrix.
And
to some kind of secret area.
Yeah, and where Jonathan was convinced there'd be an open bar and all kinds of things.
Well, it's because he knows. He's played at that level.
He knows. Yeah,
he knows how the setup is at the Rose Bowl.
And we saw a blue triangle with an arrow to the left, so we started walking left, and we walked very far, and there were many people and
telling us to keep going. It was kind of like an Alice in Wonderland thing, labyrinth. It was like, keep going.
Yeah, and then we couldn't find anything, so we decided to go back to where we came in, and then found that the area was right by the gate where we came in. And when we tried to go in, they said it was closed because the show was starting.
Yeah.
So we went and got our drinks. I went to the bathroom where I ran into Adam Scott from Party Down, Severance, big star now because he's in Severance.
Well, and I've got a personal beef with Adam Scott that I've been talking about for many years, that if I ever actually meet him, I was going to bring it up. And I've said this, and without I'm going to go into it actually.
Go for it.
He produced a movie called My Blind Brother, and in the trailer for the movie, they used a Yukon Blonde song, heavily featured. It's not even background music. The trailer is built around the song, and we never got paid. They just used it. And I'm sure he didn't make this decision himself, but as it's kind of ministerial responsibility. I just feel like if I go up to him, I'm like, listen, man, whoever your team is, you need to watch out for these crooks because they screwed us. And I felt really comfortable about doing this. But then it confronted with him at a urinal at an Oasis show. I was like, maybe this isn't the time to have this conversation. But I do regret it. I wish I had.
Yeah.
At least had kind of an elevator pitch ready to go.
I mean, yeah, I felt I just patted him on the back and said I was a big fan, and even that.
If I'd have got Stephen Graham in, I could have set him on Adam Scott. I was like, Stephen, go, remember combo, combo, and get me a check for $20,000 off that fucker in the washroom.
Yeah.
Thought Adam Scott looked really good.
Let me just also clarify about something I just said, that I didn't tap him on the back while he was at the urinal.
You waited till
you wouldn't tap hands. A person. You wouldn't touch a man while he's peeing. You don't do that.
I don't even know. It's tricky. Even this is sort of unwritten rules about which urinal you use.
At an event like that, though, it's usually pretty slow.
Were you right next to him?
He was 2 over. There was a gap between. You have to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I caught him after the hands were washed on the tunnel out.
Yep.
But he looked good.
He looked really good.
I hope he was having a nice time.
Me too.
Because, there were a lot of celebrities there. So basically where I was going with this is we got our giant beers, but our man Jonathan, anyone who listens to this podcast now knows, he doesn't drink beer.
Absolutely.
He drinks
won't even look at it.
Or tequila.
Yeah. Tequila at a push.
Yeah. If it's either, it's got to be from the agave plant or the mezcal. Mm-hmm. So he found a place where he could line up to get a tequila, but there was a bit of a line, and I heard a little bit of a backstory here. So I saw Oasis when I was 12 years old, and they walked off stage. I've told this story.
Very famous, not just in Vancouver lore. This was a big moment in the lore of Oasis. I remember in England it being big news that they were blowing it again in North America.
Yeah. And they came out that night in 1996 or 5 or whatever, and did Hello was the first song. And cause
on the Morning Glory tour.
It was the Morning Glory tour. And so I was like, I just like for the 12-year-old in me, I wanted to see them come out and see the first song again, and we heard it starting.
Well, I think what you have called this before on the podcast is a full circle moment.
Exactly, it was a complete full circle moment that
they
I didn't
came out
miss.
to fucking in the bushes.
Yeah, which is
a
sick.
sample.
And hand in hand. As they've been doing on this tour. But anyway, I ran down a tunnel that wasn't even where our seats were while Jonathan and Dave were waiting there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to see this. So I ran down, and this was a moment that I just wanted to describe to our listeners because I've said this lately. I think we've talked a little bit about it, that even though I have loads of moments of joy in my life, they're not always without me being aware that I'm having a joyful moment. You know, it's like sometimes with my daughter or whatever, like you're in your head a little bit and you're kind of like, wow, this is a really joyful moment I'm having right now. But you're thinking it, you know,
you wanted to live it.
And I walked out there and I hadn't seen the stadium yet. And the lights, and when that sound system kicked on, and they were doing Hello, and I just had this feeling like this full circle moment, and I felt a few seconds passed that I was completely out of my head looking and listening to this, and then I felt a smile on my face that was like from my mouth to my eyeball, like, and I couldn't believe, and I was like, I was legitimately so happy witnessing that 5-second moment when his voice kicked in. I don't feel as if I know you, and I just ran back to you guys, and I was like, we got to get out there. And then we headed down the tunnel to our seats as they kicked into acquiescence.
Yeah, and it was, kicking in is the right adjective to use because, like, it felt like something was kicking in.
It really felt like something was kicking in. And we were fucking jacked up, and then we got to our seats, and I mean, by about the third song, which was "What's the Story, Morning Glory," we were, as I like to say, peaking at that point on the lager and the positive energy that was just radiating through that stadium.
There was one woman as we tried to find our seats who annoyed me a little bit. I didn't let it affect my performance.
Nice.
We were trying to find our seats, and she was like looking at me. She was like, "I can't see." Sat down. Just like, come on now.
Yeah.
But that's because we're in that kind of the high class echelon seats, you know. It's a lot of privilege.
Like family and friends section. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's possible that it was like I didn't want to say nothing.
Yeah. But man, I mean, I mean, obviously there's like a pretty heavy nostalgia factor for everyone, I think, at these shows. But it was such a phenomenal show, and the sound. I mean, you can't say enough about the sound. It was incredible. Yeah,
the whole thing was amazing, and I don't want to like I'm not trying to take ownership of this, but there is like an extra dimension of like seeing something from the town you're from that is heavily indebted to the geography and culture of the place you're from.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
And they're behaving. Their mannerisms, their music, their influences are heavily indebted to a lineage of bands that are from Manchester.
Yeah.
And they're acting very Mancunian, almost to like a caricature, like, you know, a pastiche of that. And like seeing that translate to such a massive, you know, amount of people in a foreign landscape was just like insane. And they were just everyone it was a very joyful experience. And I feel like it could really, it seems like everybody's gone to see them. Like in the city, the next day, everyone's got Oasis t-shirts on. Everyone's saying it. It's like I was there. It had that kind of vibe.
LAX was everyone had been at the show.
I just think that like it could be a kind of be of the bang moment for, you know, younger people perhaps to like. There needs to be someone carrying that torch. Oasis have reminded us why rock and roll is important. why like sex, danger, attitude, aggression can create like this optimistic, joyful coming together of people. And that is, I'm sure that's what people feel like. I'm sure there are other genres of music. I'm sure that's what it feels like at a Taylor Swift concert. I wouldn't know, or a Harry Styles concert. But this is our kind of domain, like the rock and roll domain. And I've not seen a show like that for years, if ever.
Me neither.
If ever.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, first of all, we watched a show that was a rock and roll band on stage playing their set. Like that was pretty much the extent of it.
Yeah.
Like visuals were close-ups of them playing. Yeah. There was some arty stuff,
but it was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Beatlesy.
Yeah, Beatlesy, and Liam, like it was incredibly emotional to hear someone sing their ass off like that, and definitely not hitting every note. Nobody gives a fuck because he was sure going for them all, and the stuff that he was. I mean, just it all sounded so powerful. I don't know. Like his performance he left it all out there.
Yeah,
which I imagine he's doing this entire tour.
Yeah,
and to hear that, it just reminds you like that all the bullshit of tracks and tuning and all that. It just. I'm not saying that people shouldn't use it if it's part of your sound, but it just doesn't matter. Like, it's not necessary, you know?
No, and also, like, reminded that there's no... Like, I don't think I understood when I was younger, like, even being from where I was from, probably understood it even less, like, the significance, like, of how actually good that band is. Like,
yeah.
And, like, make no mistake, like... They're the best band. They're the best band live. Like, who else could do that? There's very few bands that could do it. Like,
but it's such a singular sound. Like, I think that they just. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm saying it's like it's such a combo of the music they make is totally unique.
Yeah,
and they're the only ones who can play it. Like,
and they're better than everyone. Yeah, I mean, they're just. I mean, like, imagine seeing that. It would be even better in front of 200 people. It would be insane seeing that amount of fucking power in a small room. It's like, I just think they're the best band. Right. I just think it's like performance, 10 out of 10. Like attitude, 10 out of 10. Like choruses, songs. I mean, they only played songs from the first 3 years that they were a band, other than a couple, which like... You know, sets always get baggy in the middle because, you know, people need to get a drink. They want to take a moment, you know. So they had to kind of break it down a little bit. But then Noel's got the tunes to do that too.
Yeah.
And it's just, it was like redemptive. And, you know, you realize like there's no smoke and mirrors. Like they're just better than everybody.
I am not going to lie. Like having never seen them live. Because I went as a kid and didn't get that experience, and I never saw them again. It was something like over the years that like I've listened to their music nostalgically.
Yes,
and I have followed videos of them. I've thought Liam was a funny guy. Yeah, I've enjoyed interviews with him, but I never really understood.
Same.
Like the records are good.
No, I feel the same. But I never.
And I went to this show, and you've been talking for 5 years on this thing about Liam Gallagher being the best frontman of his generation and all this.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. Like I was always like, haha, yeah, I guess like maybe. Yeah. It was like that, you know, like you might be right, you might be wrong. And I saw this, and I was like, you're absolutely right. Like there's no fucking chance anyone else is better. Like there's no way. Like just watching him, I couldn't take my eyes off.
You can't take your eyes off.
I couldn't take my eyes off him. Like and the voice just cuts through and straight at you, and the tunes are like, and like every word I'm going to use right now, I mean intentionally, but also all positive. The songs are exciting, dumb, funny. You know,
it's,
like
and like
explosive
escapism.
Yeah,
too.
like, and it's all of it. I'm like, would I write any songs like this? I don't know. Probably not. Like, are these like, even if I was talking about in the canon of songs that I think are like the best songs of all time or something, would I say it? No. But when I was there in that stadium watching it, there was literally no fucking other music or band I would have wanted to be seeing.
Exactly.
Nobody. If you told me I was there with the Stones in the 70s or anything, nobody. I was like, I want to watch Oasis right now.
Yeah.
This is what I want to see. And that's a feeling I'm still trying to understand.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what we saw.
I know. I'm like, why did I feel like that? Like,
I know.
Wouldn't have rather been seeing the Beatles.
I don't remember going to a show. I think also it's probably like, as well, like for me and you and for a lot of people there maybe, but definitely for me and you, like it's the first time really I've experienced like a mass event of like positivity. It was like church or
certainly
something.
since the pandemic too.
That's true.
Me, which was huge.
Like I've been to arena shows before and I'm you're normally a bit like, yeah, it was good, kind of wish it was at a smaller venue or something. That was just, it ruled in there.
Yes. The last one for me that was even close was Crazy Horse, like that I went with Luke and Paige like 10, 15 years ago at Rogers Arena that they were like, it was that electric. Yeah. Like it was that loud and visceral, but it wasn't the same. It was close, but it wasn't the same.
I asked Jonathan at one point, because they were playing like, high watts and Marshalls up there.
Yeah.
And just a tremendous amount of power.
Yeah.
Voltage coming off the stage.
A lot of voltage.
And I asked him if he'd ever, felt he was willing or capable of playing with that kind of circuit up there.
Yeah.
And he was very vulnerable and said, I have at times, but it's very different.
Yeah.
It's very different. Like yielding that kind of power.
Yeah.
Knowing and yielding it, like with great power comes great responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't play a wrong note all night.
No, they didn't. And big kudos and shout out to Joey.
We got to talk about this because we had a conversation about this afterwards.
Yeah.
that I think we kind of like we hit on something.
Yeah, we did one of the best bits ever, I think, on the pod, and we were recording just out back at Nate's house. Nate and Kim's
Shout
house,
out to Nate and Kim. They've been really gracious of letting me stay with them. I'm actually wearing Nate's gaming headset here. I don't know if he wants people to know.
Call of Duty or something?
I'm not sure, but I asked him.
Madden or something online.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see him as like a one of these RPGs.
He was sheepish to lend me the headset to do this. I mean, I feel
just pretend it's Madden just to save face for him.
Yeah, it's Madden for sure.
Not like
Yeah.
He's not bombing like villages in Afghanistan,
No. There's games you can do that in?
Call of Duty.
Is that what you do in it?
Isn't that what you do?
I think so.
Do anything. I think you can do anything you want.
Civil War.
Yeah, you can literally it's like Grand Theft Auto, but you're like the military and you can just go into a country and just do anything, I think. Like
Joey was a drummer who needs no introduction, played with everybody. This guy can do anything. I didn't see him play any fills all night, any ghost notes all night.
He did one fill.
Well, the
it was
fill.
Probably the biggest moment of the night.
Yeah, he played the Don't Look Back in Anger fill.
But we all looked at each other, did it, air drummed it along, and then started screaming the chorus right after.
Exactly. And he felt like he was more influenced by Tony McCarroll, their original drummer from Definitely Maybe, in the sense that like Tony McCarroll obviously got fired because they maybe to do with attitude, but also maybe chops at one point. Yeah. They needed more chops. They got Alan White in. But
yeah, he had that kind of rigid.
Yeah, more rigid, like dum
rigid
dum ka ka dum dum ka. But that works on those tunes really well and
really well.
And Joey kind of like lent in, I felt, to that spirit. You know. And also like the thing is, I mean, for anyone who plays music, which is most of the people listening, and to a high level, I would imagine, I know this as a musician. Like, if you're up there and you're playing bass guitar, most of the time, it's quite simple what you're doing, unless you're in jazz is different. Jazz doesn't count.
Yeah.
Most of the time playing rock and roll, the bass is pretty simple. So I spend a lot of time listening to the music.
Yeah.
Which is maybe why I'm having a better time than most people playing. Because most of the time I'm just playing like a couple of notes and listening. If I sing, gets a little different. It's kind of soloing. You know, you're kind of you're like listening to yourself, you know? And if you're actually doing a solo, then you're certainly
if you're singing, you're soloing.
And if you're playing guitar, you're soloing. If you're doing a lead
singing
bit.
with another singer doing a harmony, it's the same as doing guitar-harmony and a solo.
You're both soloing.
You're both soloing together in harmony.
Yeah.
You are.
So, yeah, you are.
And
so,
what we figured out is that drum fills
are solos.
You see, drummers have all these words.
They do.
Accent. Oh, I'm accenting. I'm doing a fill here, a roll.
To show that the chorus is coming.
Yeah, I'll just do a little bit of a roll here.
Yeah. I'll ghost this bit.
What they're trying to say is that they're soloing over your vocals or over another part.
Yeah. And my concern is that I know the limits of human capabilities. Unless you're at a jazz level, which none of us are.
No.
If you're soloing, you're not thinking about the music. You're thinking about the instrument you're playing.
You can't hear.
You can't hear.
You can only hear what you're playing.
Yeah. So you're relying, when you're soloing, on the rest of the band to kind of keep things going rhythmically.
Have you noticed, James, that when a drummer does a big fill, the tempo changes right after?
Yeah, of course.
Either speeds up or slows down into the chorus. Why do you think that is? Because they stop listening to what everybody else is doing and do their big fucking fill.
They stop listening. They stop listening to what they start listening to the solo aspect of it, not the rhythmical aspect of it. You know, and it's like Joey had made some kind of decision. I feel. I think this is his decision to make, because the drummers who played with Oasis over the years have made quite a difference to the sound. You know,
totally.
Alan White was kind of not a big fan of him, really.
Yeah, Wonderwall, it's a little busy, that beat.
Certainly wasn't busy when Joey played it.
No, it wasn't.
And I think that he made a decision to groove and to listen and enjoy being on stage, listening and being part of the thing,
and
as opposed to being a soloist.
Yeah.
He wasn't hired to solo.
Well, if you're the drummer also, like, your whole role is to create the groove and not be the soloist.
Yeah, I think
that's the purpose of your job.
Yeah.
And that's why I realized when we were talking about this that all of the bands that I really don't like, they're all soloing at the same time.
Yeah.
The Who,
Rush,
all soloing, and Rush, they're constantly soloing.
And if you needed more proof than this,
I like the Dead, though. They kind of do that.
Yeah, but they're almost jazz level.
And also, I don't know how much I like it when they do that.
No, not
for
really.
Like 30 minutes. No. I don't know how much I like it. I kind of just listen to Jerry, I guess.
Jam is different.
It's a bit different.
And then if you needed more proof that this is a good way to go, every single person had left that show being like, that fucking crushed. Not like Joey crushed, but like the band crushed.
Yeah.
So like, if Liam's crushing that hard singing, let people, maybe that's, Liam, it's kind of like a scale. It's like Liam's, you were saying you can't take your eyes off him.
Yeah.
But it was also nothing distracting you from paying attention to him.
No, it's true.
There was just
the other guys don't really move that much.
Rhythm chords. And the drummer was just playing relentlessly just through every song.
Yeah, and like
he counted the songs in, he set it up.
Bonehead's like perfect rhythm guitarist. He doesn't move.
No.
Just plays rock solid, plays all the chords.
All chords.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't even notice him. It's perfect. That's the job. Yeah. The bass player, Andy Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's he from?
Ride.
Yeah, that's right. I knew they got it. Liam got him, right?
He's been in for years. He's been in since like the fifth record. And Gem.
Okay.
maybe even the fourth record. Maybe even Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. Little bit disappointed you were that they didn't play Go Let It Out.
It's a good song. Like, I think that one would have fit nicely in the set.
There's a bit of the only problem with that would be there's a bit of sampling in the intro.
Taste every potion, because if you like yourself a lot.
There's samples in the start and a kind of DJ scratch.
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't know, maybe
the bass, and then he says that thing.
Maybe they were embarrassed about that.
It could have done a little different style with Joey. I would have liked to see Joey playing that fucking heavy beat on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you say something about... Oh, no, never mind.
No, go on.
Never mind. Well, you were saying something about that... The Josh Ohm was there from Queens of the Stone.
Oh, yeah. We can't get into that really.
No, we're not going to get
heavily,
into that.
But yeah, there was a lot of celebrities walking by. And in fact, we should talk about what I thought was one of the funniest things I've ever fucking seen in my life. So when the show finished, we went backstage because Jonathan wanted to say, well done to his homie, Joey.
Sure.
Friend on friend, brothers in music.
Yeah.
And this room,
nice back there. They had some pretzels.
Yeah, they had some pretzels, some free booze. It was nice. A lot of kind of people around. A lot of celebrities or people who like probably play in bands and
Yeah.
And at one point, Joey was there, spoke with Jonathan. Mm-hmm. They were chatting for about 30 seconds because they're friends, legitimate friends. And I don't know if the other people who were involved in this were friends, but it was fucking hilarious. And I'm like, I'm pretty drunk at this point.
Yeah.
That Jonathan essentially got pushed out the way by this tiny little man who looked like Gollum seeking out Joey. Until I realized, before you did, it took you about a minute to realize that it was Lars Ulrich. This tiny little man who obviously was like, I don't care who's talking to him. I'm talking to him.
He totally did. I forgot he got pushed aside.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And that was pretty funny. And that was almost enough to be funny. But then Zane Lowe from Apple Music pushed Lars out the way, which speaks a lot about, to me at least, about streaming, about like hierarchies of streaming.
Yeah, exactly. Just
bigger than Metallica.
Yeah.
I think Zayn is bigger. So there's a kind of like Gollum-like mentality amongst them to like get to the source of those drums. And it was very
Zayn Lowe.
Zayn.
Yeah, Zane. That was a really funny moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got taken to another bar. They kicked us out of that one, and I was just following Lars outside.
Yeah.
And then he turned around and looked at me, and he said, "Where are we going?" And I said, "I'm just following you, man."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I don't even drink. Why are you following me?"
Yeah.
And I was
classic.
Like, I thought you knew where we were going. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was funny. And it was all in all a phenomenal night. Don't even really know what else to say. I'm home now in Canada, and I've just been, inundated with Oasis videos whenever I turn on Instagram, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
By the way, what we were saying about Liam being off the booze, I've confirmed that via my research, that he's not like sober, but for the tour, he's not going out after the shows to save his voice because the temptation and just he's just keeping it together. No after parties.
Nice.
No, so he's pro, dude. And he's honestly fucking crushing. So
he's crushing. Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Whereas it cracked me up that Jonathan said that it seemed like maybe Noel was still kind of on the English regiment.
A little bit.
Which is, again, the
feels
ale,
like it.
The ale and the English breakfasts,
he looked a bit puffy.
A little puffy, but he played great, sang fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's something to say there. Like, that's another kind of magic kind of secret formula that they have, is that he's got technically a great voice. Really high range, can get above Liam.
He hits everything,
and he's a flawless singer.
And
he sounds the same as he did, maybe better than he did then.
Yeah, and say what you will about, like, obviously he can't do the those tunes,
No.
like Liam. But maybe the best part of the night was "Don't Look Back in Anger." Like the
For
biggest, you. Well, maybe I just mean not my favorite song, but it was a big moment in the arena.
Yeah,
it was a big moment. I think for me, it was
people like his kind of beer anthems. I think that secretly, I've always thought secretly we know that song's shit, but for some reason we all like it. But
I like it, but I think for me, those first three, and then. I was really looking forward to Champagne Supernova, and I was hoping they'd end the night with it.
Well, you called the encore. You just went, right. Basically, they went off stage, and you said, quote, Master Plan, Wonderwall.
Don't Look Back. I think I said Master
Don't
Plan,
Look Back in Anger and Champagne Supernova. And I was a 4-song encore, and that's exactly what they played. Because that was all that was left, really.
Master Plan was fucking awesome, dude.
If you know, you know.
Oh, man. But yeah, Champagne Supernova was just it was loud. Like, they did it louder than the record, which is hard. Like, when he did the, like, gotta get away for the summer.
Yeah.
It was like angrier, and then it was like, but you, and it was just like, yeah, I get chills now thinking about it. And then the fireworks exploded. Oh my God. That's how you put on. And I remember I said, that's how you put on a fucking show. Right
it is,
there. Yeah. That's how I do it.
So if you guys want to see something similar to it, Yukon Blonde coming to a town near you.
100%, dude.
Very
100%.
Similar energy. I
agree.
It makes you realize you have to
Roman candles up there or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a sparklers at the end of the night. It makes you realize though you have to give 110%.
You have to.
Or no one will give a shit.
And who cares? And just leave it out there and just get out of your head.
Get out of there.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Play less fills.
Yeah. Just sing your heart out.
I'm not going to play anything other than root notes on this tour. I think. On the bass.
Yeah. I didn't hear any bass at the show.
No.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any bass lines.
No.
There were no bass lines.
No, not one.
Not one bass. I don't know one Oasis bass line.
No, there aren't
that I can
any.
think of. Yeah.
Except for Go Let It Out, because Noel plays it.
Noel plays bass when he does, yeah.
Whereas,
do you know what I mean was a highlight for me?
You did get really excited with that one.
Badass tune.
Yeah. Blood on the tracks, and it must be mine. Fool on the hill, but I feel fine. Don't look back, because you know what you might see.
That's right. Met my maker, I made him cry.
Yeah. Confidence.
That's right. Sun in the sky never raised an eye to me.
No. Absolutely not. And you know what?
Funny.
All my people right here, right now, do you know what I mean?
That's what that is such a good chorus for like an arena song.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
like, do you know?
Make no mistake, they were arena ready, those songs, when they were written.
When they were written.
Oh, before. I mean, as Noel says, he doesn't even, some of those songs, he'd not even written them and he knew they were going to be number one.
That's what he said. Yeah, some might say. Also was great.
Really good.
They did every song.
Roll with it.
That was awesome. They did every song. Cigarettes and Alcohol was awesome.
Rock and Roll Star, Live Forever.
That was sick. Rock and Roll Star to end
Slide
before
Away.
the encore was Slide Away. I liked a lot. Yeah, I liked a lot. Obviously, like you say, it was a little lull in the middle. Liam went to have a little voice break.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, I would see just preservation. Maybe go back there, have a little tea.
I think he also can't be fucked with Noel's songs, which I think is such a good vibe.
Oh well, he wouldn't be out there anyway. No. But I just mean maybe he's like, you just do all your shit at once, and I'll go chill for a bit.
Yeah,
and then I'll come back and fucking rock the arena.
Pummel him. Yeah. That is exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go back there. You do your fucking dumb shit, and then I'll come back out and just fucking let's go.
Get the stools out, and they had like a horn set. That was a bit. It's true. Like they bring out the horns, and it's like, all right, a little bit kind of. I mean, I sat down just to take a breather myself.
Yeah, I think that you need a breather in a set. It's important to recognize that everyone's going to want that watching. It's not to get disheartened, but you don't want people to start questioning the songwriting. I think you want people in that mid bit of a set to be like, all right, they're playing a song that's like a bit slower and it's all right. I'm going to go get a beer, and then be like back and be like, shit, they're playing a good one. You're allowed the break, but that went on a bit long to the point that I was like starting to sort of question the songs a bit.
Well, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't having a bad time. I enjoyed sitting and listening to Talk Tonight and those songs.
Yeah.
But the problem that you said, and you were absolutely right, was that when Liam came back,
they
did
mid-tempo,
whatever or something, and it was like, you got to do cigarettes and alcohol or something right there.
And I feel like maybe that's Noel knowing, like, he's just about to crush.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep it low for a second here.
They did ramp, though. They ramped.
There was a ramp.
To the end.
Yeah.
To the end.
Which
was nice, because it almost brought... If they had done cigarettes and alcohol and something else and then whatever again, I think that's almost worse.
They could have done Columbia.
They didn't even do that one,
No, they could have done Columbia, I think.
They did Supersonic near the end, too, right?
It was good.
That was good, too.
Really good. What a chorus.
Oh, yeah.
He lives under a waterfall. Nobody can see him. Nobody can ever hear him call. My friend Sid.
That's funny.
Everyone's singing along to that chorus.
I know. The lyrics are so demented, but I can't imagine. It's such a strange phenomenon. Like, it doesn't matter at all.
Because of the passion and commitment of the delivery.
And they work for the songs. Like, the lyrics are good for the songs. Like,
Except for Little by Little, that one's just a dud.
Yeah.
So they're like when he's kind of philosophizing. True perfection has to be imperfect.
I also have to say, like, Talk Tonight is a little too much of a story song from Noel that's like, I want to talk tonight about how you saved my life and all. It's nice, but like I almost prefer the abstraction and
living forever, shining, and just kind of escaping.
And also just like bonehead surrealism that he does on the songs.
Me too.
I like it.
It's exceptional.
Yeah, it's cool. More than a tale of...
Presumably he made some kind of Crossroadsian deal to write all those songs in a 3-year period.
Yeah. Yeah. He's talked a lot about it in the same way as a lot of the great songwriters do, in terms of like, he doesn't know where they come, you grab, it's fishing. Yeah. He's like, I'm just out in the boat and maybe I'll get one.
Sometimes like, who was it who was saying this the other day? Staying up, don't want to sleep because they're worried it will come at night.
Yeah, Quincy.
Yeah. Quincy's concerned.
You got to be up and ready for it, or else they'll take it down to the road to Mancini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be ready, because when it comes in channeling, you've got to have the highest frequency, like radar, and also like be awake.
And Stevie, I don't know if it was Stevie or Michael Jackson that said you have to leave enough space in the studio for God to walk through the room.
I like that.
Yeah.
The muse. Mm-hmm. Well, Talk Tonight there's a muse involved there.
I know, that's what I mean. It's a bit of a tale.
A tale of him leaving the band and hanging out with some girl in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So maybe it was poignant, but I think they've done the same set every night. So
yeah,
although I haven't checked that yet.
Yeah, me neither. But we do know that he's been doing the same banter. But that's all right. That's kind of pro.
There wasn't much banter.
No.
He kept it pretty light, and it didn't all land.
Kind of Luke Paquin style. Yeah. Any sword swallowers. It
didn't really make any sense.
That's like stuff Luke says at Davy Wayne's.
You can get yourself into some trouble with that kind of stuff.
Anybody's parents going through a tough divorce? That was a good one.
Yeah. Well, now
Hey, how was your show last night?
Oh, it was great. It was really good.
Where was it?
It was at a bar called Covell. It was.
Covell.
I'm in LA here, and me and Johnny have both made solo records. More to be said about that. In the coming weeks and months. But while I was down here, Luke Paquin and Paige Stark. Paige Stark has an evening like where people come and play songs with a couple of her friends, Milena, who I met last night for the first time, played an incredible song. like off the bat. Really like kind of set the standard, you know.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, it was great. And, you know, I think just like in terms of intentionality and, you know, manifestation, to play some songs from a new thing that I'm going to release first time on Hollywood Boulevard kind of felt correct,
for sure,
you know?
for sure. Yeah.
So it was fun, yeah. And I felt
kind
very...
of like at that first show at the Troubadour Elton John did.
Yeah, it was very similar.
1970.
Yeah, I would say it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like people will remember when I did 2 songs at an open mic night at a natural wine bar. Yep. Very similar to like the first time that Elton John played at the Troubadour.
Could be.
Or Donny Hathaway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Kind of that feel.
I'm reading that guy's book right now. This guy who... I almost finished it on the plane, but the guy who wrote for the LA Times, Robert Hilburn, I think is his name, and he was like a rock critic for the LA Times from like the 60s till the 90s. And he was the one who broke Elton John, like wrote the article that made him, and like it's cool. I'll give it to you and I'm done. You'd like it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's called Cornflakes with John Lennon. Because he hung out a lot with John.
I'm reading Bobby Gillespie from Primal Scream's autobiography, and it's really good.
Nice.
It's like really cool, like optimistic view of like him growing up in a tenement in Glasgow, getting into music, and having those formative experiences of like not really playing drums, but being in mates with a band, and then being like, you know our songs, mate, can't you just Mo Tucker it? And then like touring and opening somehow for like New Order, and being like, I need to do this for the rest of my life. Like this is, and everything's so optimistic. He talks about, you know, like going to a Susie and the Banshees show and meeting her and thinking like, she's the coolest person I've ever seen. And I've got a poster of her on my wall, and then I've met her in real life and she's even cooler. You know, those it's a lot of that stuff in it. And you know, it's like buddies are like Alan McGee, Oasis, kind of adjacent. As like 16-year-olds, they're like listening to T-Rex and stuff. And and then punk. And punk, how it like became, and they're always talking, which I think Oasis do too. Well, Liam, a lot of it is always about the fashion, what they're wearing. He'll remember like what he was wearing.
It's important, and it's, you know, seeing Liam up there, you know, just looking cool.
He did a costume change.
Yeah, and you know, how old are they? Like maybe like mid-50s. Yeah, I'm like, age doesn't matter. We got to all up our game here. It's important.
Yeah, age doesn't matter. Fitness does, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think that's it. It's physical fitness, like to be able to do a 2-hour show.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's the way, is to not party every night if you're out on a tour like that. That's smart.
See how I manage that kind of mentality.
Well, I think if it was a reunion vibe and it was the scale, you'd be like,
I'm more about pure survival.
You know, I think, if you're in Red Deer on a Tuesday night, you might just want to have a couple pints after the show just to kind of
forget where you are,
enjoy
a little bit.
I didn't say that, you did. But the other thing I was going to say is, the next book I have in my queue, very different energy. A Pirate Looks at 50, the Jimmy Buffett autobiography. I mean, very excited.
That sounds
very
good.
Excited. Yeah,
I want to get this Birds one. I don't know if I brought it up on the podcast, but the Birds Timeless Flight by Johnny Rogan, which has been out of print for years, and it's about $200 if you find a copy of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Because we're going to keep going on the Birds.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like fired up.
We got Stranglehold on deck.
Yeah, I'm absolutely fired up to talk about the Birds. I've been listening to them loads, and I'm convinced that they're underrated.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And I
think probably like maybe more so than the Kinks, even though I always said that, because Kinks actually like,
we know they're underrated or something.
People like that. People still like think they're cool and stuff. Like, they're in Wes Anderson movies and stuff. You know,
the Birds are like hokey or something.
Yeah, they are a bit hippy dippy to people.
Yeah, but they're not the Monkees.
No, they're not. They're not the Youngbloods.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway,
also someone mentioned another one. A friend of mine that we need to do that we forgot about is that Dillard and Clark album.
Yeah, there's lots.
That's a great record. Yeah.
Well, and we got to do everything. Me and Sam talked about Gene Clark a tiny bit, but we didn't talk about any records particularly. Yeah. So we've got a lot of work to do on the Birds, and I'm really excited to do it. So come along for the ride. I got to get on a plane.
Yeah, good luck, safe travels, and send me this right away if you can, and I'll put it up right now. Okay, buddy.
Everyone have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Damn right.
Peace.